get a bit of cheese
pickles,
in there.
and all of that red onion. It does look like we're going to be seeing a standard T-pistol, one Diha to arrive late as the mid window is smoked. And they can maneuver through underpass or all the way committing to B. 1x bet odds are on the screen.
Interesting, I think. ENCE in this game, looking at the map pool, I agree with Yanko in terms of both teams chickening out, but I think ENCE can very much win this. And, well, that's a great start for Dupree.
Yeah.
We'll start the broken record about Astralis and Mirage soon, but we're into the B-bomb side.
We are ready to rock and or roll. ZywOo's really running out of teammates and health as the bullets have already found his skull. Yeah, one on the jiggle, but his days are numbered. It's up to his teammates, and they will fill his void. Apex gone as well. Hades banishes 2 to the Shadow Realm.
And that should be it.
That's the end of the story.
It was a good pistol. It
was a fun story
started
for the first round.
Started well for Dupree, didn't it?
Yeah.
Opening kill on Diha goes down. I have a lot of things I want to talk about now, Alex. I don't know where to begin.
Okay, let's start with the first thing.
All right, the first thing. That's a good place to start. Let's start with Hades, because it's on our screen. Thank you very much, Jakey. You've just teed us up with our first point. But Hades yesterday had some very big impact in the series. They were able to get across the line, the upset victory to FaZe. Now, it's not an upset like it was a 70-30 or anything like that. Like, you're thinking of that game like a 55-45, 60-40 type scenario right there. Because, as Yanko said, he thinks ENCE is better than their results show, or their ranking shows. I agree with that sentiment. This team has a lot of very good pieces, and one of those pieces that was a key component was Hades, who started off this pistol round very strong. If he can have a coming out tournament, and I don't mean that in the sense that we don't know what he's capable of, but I don't think we've seen that come to its full fruition on land just yet. That's what I want to see next. Chime that in with Diha, Spinx, Madden finding himself a little bit more comfort. This could be a very tidy team to watch. Yeah, I mean, ENCE really are one to watch. I think that they've also been that team that can have the kind of, 60-40 and be the 40 in a lot of games. Like, a lot of opponents, they've been, and they've pushed them. I've always admired that. Definitely, Hades didn't look like he had the most fun on Nuke, but he definitely woke up later in the series. Here's a fun but almost insignificant stat. Vitality with the 2 maps they played yesterday. Look, the pistol rounds, they were a bit split, but the 4-spy rounds, the second round breaks, they were able to convert all of them. So let's see if they can convert this one right here, because they've lost the pistol. They've been great with their utility usage in these type of scenarios. We saw that against Sprout yesterday. Currently, 4 players over towards B. Just Magisk going for an info play right now on the A ramp. This is a little cheeky, isn't it? Second round, you fully invest, other than, of course, ZywOo biding for an orb. Deep smoke to... Very deep smoke. Perhaps cage you. It's going to make you a bit uncomfortable rounding that ramp corner, but you might have a look into... Oh, Spinx has handled business. Now the question remains. Will they at least go round the corner? Will you check it? Will you show your face, clear it before they walk into the trap? Oh, Chadney. Snappy's a wise owl. Hades can still fall back. Look, he's at the back of the pack here. They've got a 2 at least. It's sus. Hades can rotate. If he rotates now, if he stays committed, there might be a problem, but he's lingering. ZywOo needs to find him, and well, Hades is away. So there it is. We can all breathe a sigh of relief. Yo, it really did feel like they jumped straight into the jaws there, but well handled in the end. Hades just about gets himself away. ZywOo has found himself a nice weapon to drop on through, and even the scout on Dupree to hold on to as well. I was going to say they pulled the plug, but every time I think of pulling the plug, it goes down the gurgler, and this didn't go down the gurgler. I think, yeah, pulling the plug, I guess I'm thinking... power related? I was thinking power plugs. Yeah, so they pulled the power on the B stack of Vitality. Yeah, they pull the plug. I guess it's because we sometimes talk about like pulling the ripcord. Yeah. Like, that makes more sense, but we just don't want to keep saying pull the ripcord. Yeah, I wanted to have a bit more. Because you want to slow it down. I also wanted to say gurgler. The gurgler, that is just such a beautifully Australian, like if there was a, you know how we have Italian plumbers? Sure. If there was an Australian plumber, cartoon character, I think he'd go, it's gone down the gurgler. Okay, I see, yeah, fair enough. It's a me. Yeah. Chadney. Yeah, I'm with you. But it'd be like, g'day. G'day, yeah. Yeah, well... And I don't know what would you be, what would come out of the boxes? Mushrooms come out for him? Maybe like a stubby? A stubby, yeah. 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 And the one that makes you turn on, like the fiery flower... Oh, yes. ...is actually like a shoey. Ah, yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. Our off-brand Australian... What makes us immune? Oh. Well, you know the start? Yeah. How about a cuddle with a koala? Oh, okay. That's cute. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, well, Galil safe, scout across, Deagle's in the hands. Let's see. Can the Vita Pops make this one a little bit more interesting than the last? The Apex is very well known for this call. It's sometimes go B with 4,
and other times go B with 4. He does this occasionally.
Classic.
Surely he won't do it. You know, the gambler's fallacy, he's not going to be there again.
Exactly, exactly. Well, it appears they're going A.
Yeah, that's actually worked out really wonderfully.
Well, Snappy's done a great job. Yesterday he was fantastic. I really enjoyed, first of all, the way he was playing and the way that he was calling. And, well, he's done it again.
Wasn't he top of the scoreboard on Overpass? Like, he pulled them over the line.
Had some big saucy boy rounds too. So that's S-A-U, not S-O-U, just for those people who might be confusing it with CSS.
Well, probably not many people confusing it with that now anymore.
No.
Well, here comes 5 members of ENCE, and to receive them, the entire Vitality squad rotating through. They're going to look to try and make this costly, force those rebuys, drop those AKs, and it's going to be Snappy's nade that could be destined for glory. Massacre's 1. Bomb planted, and Masuta is about to divide and conquer. Look how much time he got on that Deagle. They're actually within the 1-shot radius of the Scout, and another one. Dupree finishes what that Deagle started. This really can go wrong. Look at Hades' HP. He's playing the long game. Can't go down now. Can't afford to go down. He's so susceptible to the shot. Thank God we got D here on site.
He has done enough there. Well, I guess Hades did enough by staying alive, right? Those bullets, not lethal, but presence alone stalled out Dupree and his movements. And now we can start to marinate in the juices that is Vitality having 2 Astralis boys in their roster. And Mirage was a map that they didn't play since, I'm going to go off the top of my noggin here, June of 2019. The last time Astralis played Mirage, before the current iteration, it was against Furia. Pretty bang on with that one because I've had to reference it a couple of times, but that's been one of the issues. This is a map Vitality have played 3 times. They're yet to win it. They need to change that tune right here today.
And I mean, you've got to love that it's, of course, going to be a Snappy roster that tries to get the punish. Obviously capable in their own Mirage. I've seen a lot of great ENCE Mirage. We've casted it even last year a lot, but this time with Maiden. Oh,
Spinx trying to do the block there, but that could have been lethal. You could see Madden's position, right? He was pushed all the way up connected. Now Spinx with a bit of pressure.
Yeah, Madden pushing straight through. This is the sandwich clear that's not going to be easy. Spinx has got the responsibility. Oh, their crossfire's really hard to break. He hears him loud. Stampeding in, and Masuta just with 2. Feels weird to see an M4A4 in action.
What game are we playing?
Madden has actually just fully James Bonded it. Straight through. It doesn't matter. It's bad info because now looked like he was almost ready for that. So element of surprise now revealed, and it's short-lived. Masuta contributes heavily. 4 frags on the M4A4, appropriately.
Yeah.
It's one of the few. We've got Bit and Masuta that play the M4.
He's the youngest lad in the team. I guess he's trying to be retro. You know, he's trying to be the cool kid.
Actually, no, my bike doesn't have any gears, actually.
I like the 5 extra bullets.
Yeah, it's single speed, actually. I don't know why he's a pompous Brit, but that's the best I can do.
No, look, I don't know how you do a pompous French person.
Oh, well, it's very easy for me. I sound like Shocks when I do it.
You get a little bit of French in you.
A little bit, sometimes, when I'm lucky.
Now, we're going to be taking a little bit of a look here at, well, ENCE's purchase. There's got 2 rifles, make it 3 if you count the Galil. I don't know if everybody at home does. 2 Deagles and a few smokes. Now, interesting to note with the way that Vitality approached these first foray of rounds, right? It's been stacks. The 2 force buy rounds were stacks towards B, and that last one was a stack towards A. So they're bolstering their numbers across the map here, and this is looking a bit more default heavy. One boosted up towards the vent room, Apex to float around window. Got Magisk playing over towards the connector position, and ZywOo now AWP over towards Ticket.
Okay, so we've had a CT boost window, and this is the T response. Now, if there's enough pressure for Apex to take a wider look, he's very well trained as Apex.
Gotta be careful of all these little maneuvers and boosts and weaslings on timings here, so not to overpeak, not to give away that number advantage early.
Magisk, oh, walking through on the fade, and okay, could be a double on Dupree. Gets away with it, the wide peak. Madden at least hits the Deagle headshot, but still, they are low, susceptible to a push, and here comes that push. Hades gets the info on Dupree. 32 HP. That Deagle could and is enough. Bomb to be planted. A miss from ZywOo. He won't get many more opportunities, and oh, they do just knock him off the shot. He was about to try and connect through the box, and now with bodies dropped, Masuta again to clutch. We got a 4K in the last. Now looking for his 3rd headshot, and he hits these. Hades wards him off. The hunt is on.
They could be good.
Could be good. Fakes a spray, and he finishes it with style as well.
Beautiful stuff from Hades, right? talking about earlier, right, in terms of his impact. We felt it yesterday. We're feeling it right here, right now, because that was a bit of a hodgepodge buy, right? There's a couple of deagles, 3 rifles, and they're able to get it across the line. I like the proactive play that we saw from Vitality towards middle there. They tried to clamp down as a unit. The flash from Magisk coming through connector, dupreeh swinging out window, but it wasn't enough. And you're right about the ZywOo situation. That was pivotal. That was probably the most key moment of all of that, is because the fact that ZywOo, if he swings out, he could have denied the bomb. We could see, even with X-ray on, that you could still see the leg poking out the side of the box, but a very early timeout called here. Going into round number 6, Zonic wants to get on the mic. Now, the cash, it's, well, not enough to splash. Apex could buy, ZywOo the same, and the other 3 would not have enough. This also allows Saw, the coach that you can see.
Pretty much on lock.
If he breaks this and goes, right, they know it's likely to be 2 inside B setup because of this, right? So they could explode onto B. That Soundkey's going to do a lot to get the feet moving.
Oh, and Magisk is going to try and catch him with the scout. Hits the bullet, but now they commit to B. They're both playing close-ups. It's hard clear. They jump out the window. Oh, no. They could trip over. No one's cleared it. And it's an easy mop-up for Masuta, the multi-kill master. He gets 3 again. What's his score total? 10 already. 150 ADR, and this is going to be a Vitality round, but Masuta has made his name a very common presence in that kill feed.
Well, we say you're putting the eggs in one's basket quite often, but that really was with that type of force spike, because I know the loss picking, I think he will go down here. Or back up. I can cancel that. Thank you very much, dupreeh.
Oh, no fun to be had. The fun police have arrived and cancelled the play.
Dude, if Masuta dropped me that M4, I'll be so filthy. And no, you can keep it, mate. I'll have a FAMAS instead. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I take it back. I take it back. But you do considerably have to play a little bit differently, right? Like in terms of the traces, all that good stuff. It's so much smoke spam.
Yeah, how many smoke kills have we been seeing since it's become the Vogue M4?
I'm sure Peta has some spreadsheet where he's got it all listed. Here we go, mid-aggression again. They're going to push up the guts here.
Yeah, Masuta wants his 12th, maybe even his 13th, and he's not stopping. It's forced out of him, and this time aggression is met with resistance. Apex could lose the round. Instead, he just throws it down. The smoke, poor old Diha, gone but not forgotten. A 4v3, they're going to reset, retool, and does look like they want to walk on back.
If they gamble right now, because you can see that Apex is telling them to leave the B site, but it's going to be coming down to timing here. Magisk is in window. If Apex and ZywOo get over towards Ticket, that's all right. There's no molly or lethal grenades to deal with them. It's just smokes and flashes. So if it's a gamble stack, Vitality can still win this. Oh, unless Snappy walks into B and calls it clear, and then they all rotate back towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, it would be a one-way to drag out the round. Now, you know Snappy does like to have someone get the info prior. And I think already this is the... Guys, I've got bad news for you. I've got really bad news for you, fellas. I know you just got there. I know you're at the station. I know you got your ticket printed. But could you get on a different train? Please.
Yeah, it's going to take you a little bit longer to get here.
You have to go to the different platform. Yeah, 18. It's on the other side.
But it's safer.
Much safer.
Less crime.
Significantly less crime. And there's this Danish kid that's been really bullying people, actually. He's got a French friend. I'd really rather you guys avoided those two. Oh, Snappy. Gets one of the 2. And now the site's safe, and it is significantly safer. Safe passage secured to a 5th round. Apex running around with 6 HP, and it's unlikely that they find him, but ENCE have found themselves another win.
You just scooped up a kit.
Ooh.
I would like if, when they pick up nades, we could have a bit of a slurping noise. That could be a good sound effect, because that's what he's doing. He's just hoovering up a couple of extra goodies with the incendiary and the diffuse kit. That's $1,000 dues right there, guys. He just saved himself $1,000.
There might even be a HE in apps that gets blown towards him. He's got a full kit, a full set.
Oh, he was spotted there.
What's his intention here? Okay, well, that was a fun incendiary. He gets to try and cage one, and it loses Spinx. All the same. Down goes
Apex.
The M4.
Well, that's miserable for Apex. He's not going to be happy with that.
You know, I think he'll get over it. I think he's already got a plan for how they're going to answer to ENCE's 5 rounds, and that is... Now, I've been practicing this one. You've been teaching me.
Yep.
Dorps.
Dorps, yep. Friends with the Tropes, but more common.
We've definitely seen a couple of Tropes, but the door certainly more prominent.
dupreeh going to do a little bit of that. So we'll see how he wields the big green. ZywOo on the primary. ZywOo is going to be tasked with holding A. They've put dupreeh over towards the catwalk position here. This seems to be one of their go-to little holds right here. Apex has to deal with the window float. Magisk scooping up some info here over towards the stairs, and well, ZywOo to defend it all. Through the underpass, pressure on A. ZywOo's dead already.
Hey, yeah, he just walked out, took the fight. Hades onto ZywOo successfully, but Magisk has at least clawed it back to an advantage.
Oh, just slipping there, Apex. It looked like he was in the right direction until he wasn't. Snappy with another impactful kill.
This is all on Magisk. He's good in pit. This time he's been isolated, and woof, D is hitting some steamers. Takes down Dupree instantaneously. That will look to extend the lead. ENCE, this will be the second in a row, but 6th in total. Suter already farmed up to 12. Now he's going to try and maintain one of these 2 orbs. But I suppose if I was describing a worst-case scenario to a double orb setup, it would be someone walking up ramp and getting the instant headshot.
Yeah, the thing is they both just took fights, out A ramp and Palace, on the utility that was thrown, right? You saw a smoke come in from Magisk and they pushed ahead of it. They eventually got punished, but it's while they were dealing with what was going on towards A, that's where Snappy and co were able to sneak into the backlines and really punish them. Not only do they get the important kills to do with the next responders from Vitality, it also cuts off the rotations, right? You can see how difficult it was for Masuda to even consider getting involved in that. But AWP saved. Apex has 7.7, Magisk has 4.3, and well, one of the gun rounds they did win was with a lowerish buy. So I'm sure that they'll go for a purchase here. You can see them starting to drop us some guns now. This is it. Hades just walking up ramp. It's one way to take ZywOo out of the round. This was the response from Magisk, so into pivot up the top of the stairs. The joys of the connector player get to be extremely mobile. 2 wasn't enough, as this was the kill here that seemed to really unravel the rounds. Dihaz actually, yeah, let's say Dihaz was the kills that completely unraveled the rounds right there. Back underway. Both teams with a big green out in play. Hades is equipped at this time.
Yeah, they really do, like, they're emphasizing a priority on Palace. Magisk. Oh, nicely found. And now if ZywOo's ready and waiting, Magisk is just going to do it all for them. Extinguish as well, looking very set for success. That's going to slow them down, surely. Just the tip of the head spotted. Madden is a threat. For a moment, ZywOo puts him into bed, tucks him in tight. The rest likely to fall into place. This is much more what they were looking for. Hades, good read on the swing of the stairs. Keeps his eye to the scope as he's got 3 more to trifle with. They will just try and peek in unison, won't they? Jiggle out. He gets him again. They're giving him isolated. Jules! That was it. That was nearly the 1v1. Very, very attainable at that point. Good God, Hades. Well played. I mean, closed in on 4, kept his eye to the scope to be as well and truly dominating as possible. He was threatening.
Well, this is where it gets very, very interesting, right? So it's a good round and it's punishing as far as the money goes. The buy can come out for Vitality here. They're able to get the M4s. They retain the AWP. It's all good. But on the other side, again, this is the back and forth we've had in this game. It's like neither team have felt like they've been out of cash completely, besides the earlier ecos from the French-Danish mix. But like ENCE's purchase right now, it's a couple of pistols, a Mag-10 and some rifles again. It looks like a fast beat. It looks like a pop and go here after the molly. They're in.
Suter. Excuse me, I'm shouting on the other side of the room. But Dupree is going to have to make up for the absence of Masutra. He still took 1 and done. He was alone as they committed, and now they can chip away. There's plenty of nades here for the game that we like to see. The retake 3 perhaps taking shape from Kitchen. T-Smoke will force you forward. It's not as deep as it should have been, and Apex has already taken 1 down on Car. Oh, this gets really dicey now. Another body drops. ZywOo's caught with the AWP. Snappy to save the day here, and he's got his help ironed out. Madden finding a good Eagle headshot. ZywOo really running out of time for this one. And they're going to lose everything they put into this. ENCE crack the B site, crack Masuta's site, who is at the top of the scoreboard, and they'll leave with nothing. Huge flip of the switch from Madden, 2 on the Deeg, Snappy with 2 of his own.
Well, they were just trying these like limp out walk plays that you highlighted onto the A site, and then they completely changed it up, and it's been a little bit gambly, well, in the earlier stages from Vitality, and Masuda, 1 done, not enough, the site given up, and with all the nades on the retake, yeah, sure, but you still have to break your way in. It's not easy. There's so many different positions that the T's can be, and when Madden is hitting deagle shots like this, it's even harder.
I mean, I do think Snappy is one of the maestros at keeping it unpredictable. He loves to keep the defense guessing. He knows how difficult it can be from a leader if the script keeps changing.
This is going to be so hard for Vitality. They've actually bought on in here. They've fully invested, right? Loss bonus for both teams because in the back and forth nature of this game, it's not built for either, right? It's not like 2,900 or 24, anything like that.
This is Vitality that we're talking about, and they do make the opening intimidating. Dia looking robotic on those two, and problems are indeed solved. I guess, you know, that is the no harm, no foul type vibe. You've lost 3 rifles, but you took everyone down. They fully invested, and you've got an easy one to come.
I'll give you 2 options here, Alex. Do you want to force buy again with 1.9, 2.2, right? So you're going to be looking at some deagles, some scouts again, maybe some P250s with armor and some light nades, or do you want to take an eco, concede your 9th round, and go into the next round with only, what's the loss bonus? Just over 4K. Which one would you prefer?
I honestly don't like either of the options.
Both suck.
Yeah. I suppose it's probably, you know, if we're talking about 2 teams that have been constantly convinced by their own success that they can win those Deagle Force by rounds, it would be Astralis and Vitality. Individually, they've always had an affinity for that.
I think they've had enough of those type of rounds in this game, and Diho just continues to farm. You get him perched up in Palace, and he'll pop a couple of domes. Madden had a chance to get another. Dupree will put in a little bit of resistance, and Hades there to finish off the piece. But that is the 9th round, and I could very well see this being a 10th coming out here.
Yeah, I mean, they've got all the weapons they desire in reference to ENCE. A couple of small sacrifices for the CTs. They will not have a single kit, Chad. Not a single one.
Yeah, that was the problem, right? Obviously, where the loss bonus was sitting, it wasn't going to be easy for them to get a buy going regardless. But at least everybody's got an M4. There's armor for everybody.
Yeah.
No AWP for ZywOo to try and find some impact, so they're going to have to get this one done with the rifles alone.
You've got a lot of space in middle off the back of that single smoke. Dupree doesn't leave, and Molly. Short and into ladder room, so that really does give Madden a full 7-second buffer just to walk on in, and it looks like Dupree's managed to catch him. Elevated on the bricks, he re-smokes himself. Nate does look destined for damage. 50 to the nose of Dupree.
Well, they've gone for a close-up A stance here, so they're foregoing a lot of mid-control again. Swatting Madden away is good. They've bought themselves a bit of a buffer, but Magisk up close A ramp, ZywOo to try and help him out, and then on B, Masuda and Apex tucked in tight.
Looks like, yeah, Snappy thinks he can slip short, and it would have been the right call if they didn't call for the flash. Dupree gets set up for success. Now they will commit. Hard clears coming into bench. A CT divider, smoke, and a well-managed spray. Diha is a threat today. Hades misses his chance, and it looks like Vitality, despite the absence of some of the equipment, have handled business and will leave with the 6th. Vitality 6, ENCE 9. Swap inside. It's time to see what the French-Danish mix can do on the attack as we continue to see ENCE's map pick play out here at ESL Pro League.
Two guys. Mid!
Connector.
Yes.
I kill connector, wait.
That come, that come.
Nice.
That's
Two
one out, one
guys.
palace,
Connector clear.
one palace, one slope, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna peek
Kill
palace.
them Palace. Where's that?
Dead palace.
That's one slope.
He's right.
Tally. Have him. Just pick up my contact.
Is he? He's still there, right?
I think
Maybe
so.
not.
I'm ready to pick.
Just shoot a pick, Kevin. Just
He's there.
He's there.
He's there still. He's one.
ENCE on the other side of things, big smiles for them because, I mean, I'll let Chad explain it. These boys have got a lot of potential should they pick up the W today. A big win, a huge one, up against FaZe Clan yesterday as one of the hot prospects for top 3 in this group. Vitality also in that conversation.
Yeah, exactly, right, exactly. And we had a couple of dark horse teams, right, in the sense of ENCE and Furia, well, both of which picked up wins yesterday. So the group is already tossed into a bit of a tumble dryer. 1xBet odds getting closer and closer. Let's see if these 5 Kevlar CTs can swat away the purchase of Vitality. Light util, 2 P250s, one for ZywOo, one for Masuta. Apex coming in through the underpass. Now he has a molly and a smoke. He could molly off towards window, he has, and smoke towards deep, connected to buy himself a bit of space, but it's all a ruse. They're going to come out Palace with a waterfall here. He's trying to make as much noise as he can. Oh!
That works too. I think Magisk long-range glocking has caught Madden. Masuta as well taps away at Hades.
Goosh now for Diha. He gets one and done.
Yeah,
2 on 3 retake.
This is doable. You have to clear out this close corner. Oh, wow, those clicks are good. Snappy drive-by onto Apex. If he could dance now with Magisk. Magisk already hitting some bangers. Now he's gone down. ZywOo, though, and his P250. How many times have we seen this? It's a good weapon for the job. Not when he's got no bullets. They both have to reload. He's dancing with them.
How's he got no way?
He's going to have a lot of power. If he can just isolate, does now start the dance. Snappy and ZywOo.
Trying to find a pistol.
Oh, now they're reloading. What is going on here? The bomb is awkwardly planted for ZywOo. And Snappy just walks in and gives it to him. Oh, wow. 3 in the round. ZywOo saves the French squad.
Big smile on his face is always right there for ZywOo, but even nicer when he gets the clutch. And that was so awkward. Felt like everybody was running out of ammo. I think Snappy was trying to pick up a pistol off the ground.
3, 4. I think at least 4 or 5 reloads during that 2v3.
Normally it's like super crispy, but you can see here the bullets just going and getting siphoned out of the gun for Snappy. Down at this point, you can exactly that. 6 bullets after that kill. So then when he gets into this fight, when he gets into this duel, he doesn't have a lot of ammo, so he's looking for another pistol. That's why it got so awkward for both of them.
Yeah, well, and ZywOo getting away probably by virtue of that.
Bang!
And the dirt is indeed gone. Oh, that should be, could be, isn't, but Hades has found it with the scout. Bomb loose ramp, that's a lot of info, but they won't over-rotate, it is still retrieval.
Oh, look at the HP though of Magisk and Dupree already. I know we just like bounced into this round and action was already going on, but you're going to act a little bit more hesitant right now. And before, we saw when the low HP players had at least number advantages, you could lob them out like Snappy did to clear B.
Talking of clearing B.
Oh, the timing on this.
Oh,
He's going to check. Surely he's going to check.
He's going to check.
There you go.
There was a small universe where Dupree rounds the corner just before the Suitor now, the only healthy member of Vitality. He's got Magisk in tow. There's another smoke on the floor, so Magisk will pick that up. He can drop that as well.
Might want to smoke the site to try and plant here. I know that constricts jungle. Oh, okay, connector as well. That's even better than smoking the site.
Oh, and catches the toes of Snappy, but he's just hitting them. 3 clicks. Back to back, Hades finishes what D has started, and ENCE will convert the second round force. That puts Vitality back on their bottom.
Now, look, this is going to seem like for a lot of you at home coming out of left field, but I wouldn't mind just bringing it up and maybe having the conversation, because the desk is up next, and I would love to hear from Yanko and Kassad, 2 former coaches of good Counter-Strike teams, right? This is why I do this. If they think that this team of Vitality should try and, if they continue, how many losses do they need to have on Mirage before you consider bringing Ancient into the map pool? Because Ancient is still kind of new for everybody, right? I know it's not as new as it once was, but the map you're banning is Ancient, right? And look, why are you being stubborn about Mirage? Is there a reason for it? Does Apex like calling on it? Do you have good prac results? These things we don't know, obviously, but is there a certain point where we go, oh, maybe we can try a different map? Maybe Magisk likes it.
I would be very interested to hear the answer. You know, or maybe this is, you know, if the command or the chain of command looks anything like Astralis, perhaps Zonic is the final say.
Yeah, that's going to be a curious one, isn't it? But this is still all right for Vitality here on the Force.
I mean, you know, when you were making like a flowchart to success with a Deagle Force, it would be an opening Deagle 5v4 early.
Yeah, because now ENCE might start to feel a bit desperate and go for info plays like this, right? Now, that was a safe one. They did it with util, they did it with the flash, so they're playing by the book. But when I say info play that's desperate, you know, limping out somewhere, walking alone and getting isolated. So this is actually seeming pretty cohesive by them at this point. They're staying steady, they're not giving anything away. They understand that Madden is in the grave, but that they still have the rifle advantage here.
Can't help but feel Spinx is playing with fire on that headshot peak. Single deagle click. Oh, well, there's AK works just as well. He does equalize. They are committing to A. Hades in a long, powerful position on CT. Cuts down the sandwich threat, and it is just ZywOo. ENCE handle business, but this is ZywOo's realm, and he at least reminds us of that. Okay, 11, but that looks like an imminent 12th.
Why casters overhype ZywOo? Even Dha in the chat wrote, nice shot before you start your little thread. You know, we get excited about the deagle kills. They feel good. They look good. They smell good. I don't know if they smell good.
Yeah, smell-o-vision.
Yeah, maybe they do. But this should be an economical right now from Vitality and should be able to get themselves up to 12. And a timeout called. This will be the second right now from Vitality. And look at Apex. He looks like having a good day. You know, he's out at the water park. The sun's shining. You know, he's feeling very free. Things are looking good for Apex here. He's having a great time. No, but quite seriously, this is stressful. And we mentioned the whole Australia situation. This is also a map that's harder for Zonic to be able to chip on in and offer, well, good coaching advice. It's not a map that the team that he was coaching when it was the best in the world, the greatest team to ever do it, even played. So it's hard to just scrub up on the meta with the top teams. Sora, on the other hand, he is chill. You know, he's having a good time. He's got no qualms. I was who was I having a chat with the other day? Spinx. I was chatting with Spinx. He's another one of these guys who sits on his leg, Alex. Have you seen there's a couple of them out there? Simple does it. Simple sits on his leg. The Yakinda does it. He sits on his leg. But Spinx takes it to another level. I'll show you what Spinx does. Give me a second. Let me just do it. 1 second, everybody. So, Simple and Yakinda. Don't worry, guys.
How tucked is the leg?
Any bloody Glocks. Don't worry about it, guys. So, Simple and Yakinda will sit like this.
See, I could frag like that.
They sit like this. But Spinx sits like this.
Doesn't do double cross.
Oh, bloody knee. It's all right, guys. It's all right. He sits like this.
Like a full pigeon pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says when he wants to try hard, he sits like this.
Oh man, like, he's probably got very loose quads. It's a good stretch he's doing throughout the entire game. 12-7 the scoreline. We do see the eco come through. They did lose 1 rifle, but that's no sweat on the brow. Madden's rather, will grab himself a rifle. And we are ready to see what Vitality's T-side really looks like. This is where we get to open up into the mind of Apex and Zonic and see exactly what these guys have been hatching in their lab. Speaking of lab, I did just Google smell-o-vision. Apparently it exists. There is technology that means you can smell what you're watching.
For at-home use? Or do I have to go to Disneyland?
A home cinema. It can be installed.
Maybe one day.
Could be interesting.
When the millions come into our bank balance.
Be very selective about what movies you watch, though.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids could be a fun one.
Yeah? What does that smell like, honey?
Wow, they're in the grass. Fresh cut grass. I like this. Molly underpass. Now they could choose to fight top mid if they'd want. They haven't opted for that. It's not the 3-prong mid defense right now from ENCE. It's just Spinx up towards the vent, Dha over towards jungle. Hades and Snappy currently residing over towards B. And, well, Madden playing retake on A. So they're allowing Vitality to play out the round here. And I like this. You can play default against Vitality because we truly, even off those 3 maps, like they don't have a lot that works for them. So let them try. Let them give it a crack and just respond accordingly.
Ooh, nice swing out of Dupree. Does punish a tight line held by the orb.
Oh, that smoke is very misleading, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you would assume that you'd lay things clear. Dupree does do his diligence, but he's gone down all the same. Quick re-smoke onto short, trying to keep the sound cues flowing. Spinx may be required on that B short after all, because here they come.
Hades is here with the AWP as well. They're going to have a hard time crossing the windows, and there it is.
Another great shot, 17 and counting for him. Spinx overcommits to a spray, and now his teammates down and out. Snappy from short. Spinx combines with him.
I was trying to go back towards A right now. Magisk got a kill on the way out Palace, and he's even found another. That's alleviated so much pressure. ZywOo needs to get a move on all the way through T-spawn. Oh, and now that Magisk's gone down, they can cut him off at the pass. Spinx can go forward. Snappy can get on over towards Ticket.
He really is going to be light on time. He hasn't got time to fight Spinx. If Spinx just hits a bullet, just slows him down. Anything. Well, that is lethal. That works nicely as well. 13 secured, and Magisk going down long range. It's not an easy shot to hit from Spinx, but it really ruins their plans.
Yeah, and Magisk, to be honest, there was the only one who even gave them a round, right? He got that opening kill while we were focused on the B bomb site action, then even gets the second one on the rotator, right? He had done a lot right there, but he still felt like he needed to do more. I said misleading. Yeah, you were right. It was diligent from Dupree, but it was a nice little play, right? The bait in, Hades, oh, I'm smoked. You don't come short, please. You know, straight into Spinx's lair. And I think we're getting to see more and more of what each of these individuals of ENCE truly have to offer. Right? There's been great moments for Diha, Hades, Spinx, Madden, Snap, like everybody.
It does feel like, yeah, ENCE have basically just slowly built a roster of players we've all admired. Nice one from Madden. Dealt with. Apex response. Short success as ZywOo and Magisk remain. And the bomb loose committed to A. Smokes up for another 5 or so. You can see that enables him to cross through to the site.
You'd love a plant.
You'd love one. The CT's occupied.
Oh!
Hades has got a wall bang, so there you go. Another spotless one, essentially. 14 now to 7. And Vitality, you know what, Chad, if this does end as the trend is set at 16 to 7, this might be the nail in the coffin of the Mirage and the Ancient conversation. Maybe we do have them having a serious team talk over in the Düsseldorf Stadium.
This is the thing, right? So for them to bring Ancient in, it's not going to happen
overnight.
For, I would say, the next 6 to 7 weeks, because they'd have to play the RMR, right? So it's going to have, well, actually, maybe not. They only play this week and then they,
Well, you keep it in your back pocket, you develop it while you're all here in your lovely little boot camp facility, and Ancient is your major playbook, you know? It's
okay, I like it.
You keep it in your pocket, suddenly Ancient's an extra threat in the veto.
Because then you have the same problem. You have Apex, ZywOo, and Masuda have never played Ancient, but you have the other two that have.
I hate that we've got there, because that's a conspiracy theory I can get behind. They don't want to show anything special on Ancient until 3v3 quickly becomes a 2-on-2. Look how many frags as two teams collide on this A site. ZywOo's been a rascal. They won't expect this. They will adjust, though. They will adjust, and Hades catches them. It's falling apart, and Vitality yet to find a round outside of the pistol.
Yet to find a plant in the last 6 rounds of play. So that also is very telling, right? Because everybody knows, if you've been paying any attention to the loss bonus scenario, 3,400 with a plant will get you a buy.
Like that, it doesn't make logical sense, especially knowing the players, you know, Dupree, Zonic, Magisk. It doesn't make sense that they'd have Ancient available to them and not like have their brain constantly flowing with, oh, we could do this, and that's possible.
With how sweaty you can be on that map.
How nerdy they can be on that map. That would be right up their street.
Look, it's an interesting conversation, but now Vitality are 1 round away from being 0-4 on this map.
0-4. Is that all of the officials they've managed to clock?
Yeah. And they look, I was going through the stats with you just a little bit earlier. Inferno is their like go-to. Out of the 17 maps they'd played Inferno 8 times. And in this series, they don't get Inferno. Snappy says, we don't play that map. So this is where you got to see what their next map would be. And this is why Yanko was talking about maybe they chickened out in the veto a bit. Because Vertigo, you think that could probably be a pretty good Vitality map. There we go. There's 2. Stereo kills across the map. Magisk and Dupree, the Danes. And they're in. For how long? Madden peering on down and almost one and done.
Yeah, he had that sweet spot of timing where neither of the players were looking at him.
Just really wants to get up close for this. Is he going to get flashed in? He's just
this is so counterintuitive, and it works wonderfully because Madden's not going to see that coming.
You very rarely see a T chase a CT into a Palace.
Yeah.
Like, very, very rarely. Well, they've got a round, and I think right now for Spinx and Snappy, they should be trying to save this. Or get as many kills as you can, right? For them, money, not great, really. There's enough for Diha, there's enough for Hades. That's why it's a bit more imperative for Spinx and Snappy to hold on to the guns as opposed to take them away from Vitality. But this will be their first gun round here in the second half of play for Vitality, and the first time they've planted, I would say, other than the pistol. Jakey, can you go to a player that's able to find ambient noise on Mirage? Any ambient noise you can find, and we'll listen to it. What a beautiful sounding game. Just listen to it.
That explosion in the distance didn't sound too bad.
Just keep it in your ears. You know Counter-Strike. You love it. You wake up every day. You watch it. You play it. You think about it. Have a good time.
So comeback?
No.
100%?
I would never go full Jason Moses O'Toole.
You're feeling like 95?
It would be very, very difficult to see Vitality win this map considering the circumstances. ENCE haven't even really had to do anything yet. You know what I mean?
And you're saying that not hyperbole, that is exclusively...
Been very standard.
Yeah, it has, you're right. They just have won by virtue of existing and going through the motions.
Well, this is quite heavy over towards A. Madden up close continues to take this fight ramp. Diha and Hades trending now back towards Connector, and Spinx has siphoned himself towards B. So they just chopped and changed the setup very early. ENCE looked they were hedging in case it was aggressive. Now they're starting to go back into more of a standard setup. And, well, it is a standard default from Vitality. One through the underpass, Masuda dealing with the B push, ZywOo, Dupree top mid, and Magisk is the A lurk. There's a nice high smoke. You can learn that one at home for Connector. Maybe Rush can make a little compilation if he's doing content. Doing observing. All the different ways that you can smoke Connector. Short, you can drop one from window.
It's nice. That's a good idea. Like that, how to smoke Connector from anywhere. Apex is giving us another tutorial.
Very quiet here. 37 seconds, peering into a B split now, and look how far back Snappy and Spinx are on the site. Hades is even starting to cheat over as well.
Yeah. Spinx only has the flashbang, so it will be bullets. A tight line for short. This is a good angle if Snappy doesn't go down early, and he hasn't. He takes down Masuta. The AWP patrolling.
Oh, back to A. This is the last round.
Another shutdown. You don't have the time for this. 18 seconds, they're still in no man's land. Dupree has to take some initiative. It's set up for Hades to hold, and this is ugly. Heinous call. Just around the corner. I don't know if he's got time, doesn't matter. Diha will shut him down, and yeah, that is abysmal. ENCE take it convincingly. It's their pick. They show us why. And they're halfway there to taking another big scalp. FaZe was first. It's Vitality next.